Good evening, everyone. I hope you've had a most excellent weekend and you are ready for another week of exciting deck building fun. Anyways, we are doing Inspire today. There we go. And apparently my headphones were fully plugged in. Just gave me concern for a moment. Anyways, Slay Inspire 2 today. So, let us pick a character and keep advancing. Someday, we will hit Ascension 10. Not to start the day by complaining, but it is still, frustrating at how long it's taking to reach Ascension 10. Especially because I have not lost most of my runs. But, anyways. I think we're starting with one of the people at 4. Maybe that's not true. How you doing, Fury? You know what? Let's actually just start with Ironclad. There was a patch, although I think most of the major changes were saved for the beta branch. I know they reworked Doormaker, one of the final bosses. And they, on the beta branch, have reworked a bunch of cards. But, yeah. Some of those are... They're, I guess, interesting changes, I guess is the way to say them. I don't like some of the changes, but they feel necessary. It was very clear that they're trying to curb infinites. And so, a lot of the easy things enabling that were changed in some way. Alright, so anyways, for the new Ascension, we have Ascender's Bane. We start with this Unplayable Ethereal Eternal. So we can't get rid of it, but it does go away after the first time we draw it each fight. It's kind of a nice picture, even if it's an annoying effect. It's not that big a deal, though. The Coral and Doormaker reaping salts and blood in beta. Yeah, so did they change the Coral? I didn't realize it got changed, if so. And Doormaker, I know it got changed, so I haven't seen what it does other than I think somebody said that every 10th card you draw gets exhausted immediately. Which sounds really frustrating. I don't like that design at all, if that's what they're doing. Which, again, that's the whole point of the beta branch, is to try out bigger changes and see how they land and maybe walk them back before fully implementing them. I'm not upset about Doormaker being changed in some way, because it does seem like the least interesting of the Act 3 bosses. But I really dislike that design, if so. It just feels really bad to me to have the final boss just randomly delete your cards. Ascension 10, the damage cap is now 15. It gives 5 dazes and now hits like a truck. Gotcha. That does sound annoying for Coral. But anyways, I don't think... if they wanted to do that design for Doormaker where it deletes random cards, I think that would be still frustrating, but a lot more reasonable if you were told from the beginning that you're fighting Doormaker. Although this game still adamantly refuses to give players that type of information. Whatever. But to get to, Act 3 and then suddenly, find out you're up against Doormaker, there's not that much time to build around that. And even if you try to build around it, there's only so much you can do. But, regardless, we'll see how it lands. To actually talk about this run, so we get more HP, which is not very exciting, but admittedly actually fairly useful. Especially because, we heal after fights and we can play around that a bit, and it also increases the amount that we heal, yada yada yada. Act 1 boss drops 2 relics. Card delete should be a turn, in my opinion, instead of a countdown, and the strength scaling of Doormaker is just stupid if you're looking at strength at turn 4 with a deck with some draw. 9 strength at turn 4. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I can't really speak to it because I haven't tried it out yet, but that does sound frustrating. I just don't like it deleting random cards from your deck. Like, it makes me think of Diligent in Monster Train 1, which exhausted the first spell you played every turn. But, like, that's something you have control around. Like, you can choose which card to exhaust. It does still impact your deck building to some degree, but there is a lot you can do about it. If it just, like, it's the fact that Doormaker is deleting random cards that I find really egregious. Anyways, so, like, this should just be 2 basic relics, which isn't that exciting. If we were getting 2 of the ancient items, that would matter a lot more to me. I mean, it's still 2 relics, but I don't know. I'm not that wild about it. We'll do this, I guess, even though I probably shouldn't. Especially because I now have very few defense. Right. Well, we could potentially fight a lot of elites. I don't think we can handle 4. I think we can handle 3. We wouldn't be getting any shop. Well, let's try. Although if we're fighting 3, that does mean we do have to fight all of them. Which is to say, there's 3 per zone, and so I would be guaranteed to hit every single one. Alright, well, we'll block most of that and try to finish them off next turn. Yeah, this should be enough with the vulnerable. There we go. Maybe. I'm not, like, that wild about it. Although I guess it is the next attack you play, not the next attack you play this turn, which is how I keep kind of expecting this to be. Sword Boomerang is nice. I kind of want to just take Iron Wave. Yeah, sure, we'll do that, I guess. I haven't actually used Iron Wave yet. It's not very strong. I kind of like the idea of it, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the 4 damage, but this way I avoid some of the slimes going into my pool. Alright, well, still gonna take a chunk of damage. Oh well, these things happen. It would have been nice to put the vulnerable on, but I think it's going to try to slime me on this turn, so I figured I'd just take as little damage as I can. And there we go. Explosive Ampule I don't love, but it is useful against one of the elites. So I do appreciate that. Grapple's kind of cute. Don't think we want Anger. I guess I'll take Flame Barrier. I don't know. Flame Barrier, again, does feel less good in this game since you are not guaranteed to gain, like, an energy relic. Do I want Clumsy? Normally I wouldn't be that concerned about it, but I'm probably not. Oh, I guess I am hitting a shop. I'd have to get past 2 elites first, and that seems a little concerning, but let's try it. Fine. Orichalcum was not my favorite hole there. But that's what we got. Alright, well, we'll just do the block. I did want to apply Vulnerable, but I feel like this was okay, especially because we're still doing damage back to him. Please give me the bash. No. God, that was a really bad draw. Because, like, that was a turn to just attack into him, which would have been appealing, but we couldn't. But there's a good chance we kill him this turn. Yeah, because that is enough between these three. And also, we could have just used the flame barrier to block everything. Kind of like the bloodletting. We're going to take breakthrough because I really would like something that damages all enemies. Okay. Let's pop the power potion immediately. And we're probably doing the Hellraiser. Cruelty is also rather nice, but we'll do the Hellraiser. I don't like have anything to like combo with it particularly well, but still. So I get more block from that. I did take 1 extra damage from the breakthrough, so it kind of evens out, but still. We're doing extra damage, yada yada, here we are. But anyway, so like the Hellraiser isn't like super impressive for us, but it does free me up to do some extra blocking, basically. And also makes it easier to like play out the bash and all that. Okay, still taking a chunk of damage, but we're not dead yet. Okay. Could have gone worse. The Hellraiser was helpful, not super great, but it's fine. Festive Popper is nice for one of the... I keep thinking that we're in the water area, and we're not. So we don't have the 4 eels or whatever. It works cross-class too, so the dreams someday have defect meteor strike and Hellraiser. That would be something. Okay. I do like pillage. Fiendfire. I mean, I like the idea of Fiendfire. I don't have any of the exhaust synergies yet. Obviously, you don't actually have to do exhaust synergies with Fiendfire, since you can also just use it as a way to thin your deck mid-battle and do a chunk of damage. Which, like, does make it probably worth taking. I'm just a little wary of taking it, but I probably should be doing that more often. God, if I actually had Hellraiser for sure, I'd love to take pillage. I don't know, we'll take pillage, I guess. We'll see how it goes. I think I should probably rest, though. It'd also help if I remembered what bosses, or what elites we're up against in this zone. For some reason, I just can't think of what any of them are, other than the Burdons that we just fought. I would like to do the bash here. The flame barrier also good. Frog, statue, bird. That's right. We're definitely gonna do the rest then, since the statue maybe kills me. Okay, well, unfortunately you block the vulnerable, but whatever. Well, not many choices on this turn. So annoyed that we got Orichalcum. I just, in general, am not that thrilled by the artifacts in this game. I find them on the whole fairly underwhelming. Like, there's some cool ones, but I want them to be on the whole just a lot more interesting, a lot more build around kind of potential. Okay, well, we're gonna still take some damage. He at least takes some damage in return, which puts him in range for us to get a kill. Yeah, that is enough. Just had to make sure because the Iron Wave does do less damage. Just want to make sure I wasn't, like, mistaken. What are you? Draw 2 cards, start of your turn, exhaust the top card of your draw pile. Interesting. 4 damage twice, exhaust a random attack in hand, add its damage to this card. I mean, yeah, we'll take the Thrash, I guess. It's a bit weird, but fine. Oh, it doesn't do that until after it's done the damage. I mean, that makes sense with the way that it's written. I just, for some reason, was expecting it not to be the way. God, this is not a good start. I mean, like, we knew this was a possibility when I've got 2 curses in my deck and all that. Well, let's do some damage. Let's get our tiny bit of free block, and here we go. Do I want the flame barrier? I feel like the answer is no. Oh, I forgot that I had enough to play that. And I shouldn't have played that, because I would have blocked 1 more from the Orichalcum. Okay, I think we just want to guarantee your death. And I only have to use 1 of these because we got down to 10. Okay. Not great. We knew that was likely. Sure. Potion belt is fine. I mean, I kind of like armaments. We're going to take True Grit, though. Don't hate that. Like, it's definitely nice to get that early, and it is fairly appealing at the moment. Oh, not the most exciting. Suppose I could have just let the Orichalcum block for me. That's what I should have done. Just wasn't thinking about it. Yep, I am still getting pretty low on health. Okay, we're just gonna do this and do that because I can't really afford to just take all the damage. I do like Stomp. Sure, we'll take that for reasons. And then we're definitely going here, which heals me. Um... Play 3 random attacks from your discard pile. I mean, I do like this. Don't think that's what we're doing, though. Think we're just for sure going to remove the Clumsy. Because it has been a problem. I think we probably want Ashen Strike and Evil Eye. Kind of like the Vicious as well, but we'll take these. And just call that good and see how it goes. So I maybe want to go here to, like, upgrade cards. I think I kind of want to fight the Elite now and then get another heal here, but I don't think that's actually what I want to do. We'll go here. Take the heal, even though I'd really like to upgrade cards. Yeah, unfortunately, the Festive Popper works on you, whereas I'd really like it to work on the things you split into instead. Yeah, you and your infections. We get it. Lovely. So helpful. Alright, well, we take a little bit of damage. Not too bad yet. Yeah, we'll do it like this. I would love to power up the Thrash, but this way we can cause the split this turn, and I do want to do the split this turn. Unfortunately, don't have the ampules anymore. We do have the breakthrough, though, which helps. Yeah, because then I can just... I can't math, apparently. But I can kill one of these guys. Again, I should just be not playing the Iron Wave because I get more block from the Orichalcum. It's not a lot more, but it is just correct in a way where I keep neglecting that. Okay. We are taking a little bit of damage, but that also returns a little bit of damage to them. Would love to have the Flame Barrier upgrade. Would love to have a lot of things upgraded, frankly. Well, isn't this just dumb? I'm blocking everything I need to block at least, but it does feel stupid. Okay, well, that just kills them, so we'll just do that. I guess I'll take another Flame Barrier, even though it's maybe overkill and I'm having trouble playing things as is, but here we are. I guess I didn't need to do the Iron Wave. I was blocking more than enough and could have done the Strike, which only does a tiny bit more damage, but it does do more damage. Alright, well, I get more block by not playing that, so let's not play that. And there we go! Second Wind is cool, but I don't think I can support it right now. I'll take the Dismantle, I guess. My deck is kind of a mishmash, but hey. So, what are we looking at here? So, Thrash just goes up in damage a little bit. True Grit allows us to pick the card, which is dramatically better. Ashen Strike is better scaling. Evil Eye is pretty good. The Flame Barrier is pretty good. I think we're doing True Grit or the Bash. We'll do this. I don't know if I'm going to use the True Grit long term is the only problem. I mean, we are now, just because it's hard to do removals in this game. But... yeah, anyways. Yeah, the point being is that True Grit seems okay. Much harder to use, though. Or to use well if it's a random card. Do I want to do the Mausoleth's Gift? I mean, I've got a decent amount of HP. I don't have a very, like, refined deck is the problem. But that's okay. I do kind of wish they had upgraded the Bash, because 3 turns vulnerable is substantially better than 2 turns vulnerable. And the 2 Flame Barriers don't seem that great for me yet. Yeah, I probably should have done that differently, but here we are. Yeah, I am bleeding out pretty fast, which is rather concerning. And I've got 35 HP left. Maybe I should still pop the potion. Okay, I'm not happy about it, and I should have done this earlier if I was going to do it, but I'm worried that I'm just not quite going to make it. Yeah, do the ringing, we know. The Orihhalcum at least does some work for us right here. I still have not used the Evil Eye to like any good effect. And the Stomp is not going great for me. But it could be good later. We could have had so much more strength if we started earlier. Well, he's dead either way. Anyways, not in love with having used up the potion. We probably didn't need to, actually. Because I could have taken one more hit there and all that. Interesting. I mean, Hellraiser's cool. Don't think I want that right now. 1-2 punch is pretty decent if we're doing, like, the Thrash. I think we're probably just doing Dark Embrace, though. Sure. I don't know that I'll put it to good use, but we'll see what we can do. Two common cards, 2 uncommons, 1 rare. I mean, maybe. You reroll each card reward once. I mean, I do like Black Blood. I think maybe we're just doing this. Yeah, it's not like my favorite thing, but it does help a fair bit. Okay, I guess we're going this way. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't really need to block. We get the 6 block from this, and I'm healing 12 after the fight. Just getting a big chunk of damage on him seemed helpful. Really need to stop having these turns, though. Like, this is frustrating. Yeah, this is the problem with the stomp is Yeah, I probably shouldn't have just taken all that damage. I almost certainly should have played the Flame Barrier. I got caught up on my own hubris. It's fine. We'll make it work, I guess. We'll see what we can do. Also, I'm disappointed in the Iron Wave. Like, I took it and was excited to use it for once. It has not done a lot for me. Alright, well, we have to do that one to get the kill. That's fine. I took a lot more damage on that fight than I should have. Oh well, these things happen. I like doubling their vulnerable, but the problem is I'm having trouble applying vulnerable. Take another breakthrough, even though I probably shouldn't. I don't know. Here we are. Yeah, I'll take 3 foul potions, since I actually have slots available for them, and I'm about to visit a merchant. Not blocking everything no matter what. And I could just kill you. Well, we'll still do this, and then do that, and then whatever. Unfortunately, we're not stunning you, but that's okay. And then you die, and we did okay work. I figure I may as well just go for the block. I could have killed him if I'd done the breakthrough that turn, but there's no reason to do so. There we go. Yeah, I'll drop the weak potion for that. If you exhausted a card this turn, gain energy. Yeah, I do think we want that in a world where we're using Dark Embrace. I do like Stampede. I don't know how much we're actually going to get value out of it right now. Shockwave is sort of nice. I also just want to remove some stuff, though I think that's going to matter a lot less later. Throw the potions? Yeah, totally forgot. You are correct. I was so ready to do it, and then I got caught up looking at his stock. But yeah, we have way more gold now. Well, that certainly makes things a lot less tight. I wish that instead of retain, this got innate. Like, I just want something like this to be... I mean, I don't know. It's fine, but... I mean, the Paper Frog seems pretty appealing. I think I maybe do Shockwave, Paper Frog, and the card removal. The Regal Pillow is also okay. I think it's a lot less necessary since we already took Black Blood. Okay, well, there goes a lot of gold. I think that was maybe worth it. Here we are. We can finally upgrade some things. I think we're going to do the Shockwave, which is maybe not the necessary first choice, but here we are. Forget about Shock and Awe. We have Shock and Frog. Alright, well, I get some garbage, but hey, here we are. Ow. I'd like to do the Thrash, but we're going to do the block. That just seems correct. And then I would like to get the Dark Embrace up. Unfortunately, that's not Dark Embrace. But it is a chance to just do some damage, even though I am adding a lot of garbage to my deck. Well, we're not going to miss the chance to do the Flame Barrier. I'll tell you that right now. I will take more damage, I guess. Also, the Pillage probably would have been worth doing, since it would have let us to draw through all the dazes. Well, potentially. Or, never mind. I was thinking about it the wrong way. Anyways, we'll do this. And then we get a bunch of energy back. And he's dead, and it didn't matter. But, there are. Don't hate getting some more potions. Fine, I guess. My deck is... It is a mishmash. Let's be very clear. But it's my mishmash. Anyways, we're going to make this more playable. I wish, again, that it helped us draw into it faster. Oh, well. Akabeko is whatever. Don't hate it. Also, the feather is now healing us back to full passively, which is nice. 1-2 punch is probably worth it. The flame barriers are okay. I like the Ashen Strike too. Sure, we'll do this. I don't actually have as many exhausting things as I would like for this sorts of synergies I'm trying to build into. Regardless, here we are. I forgot that we have Akabeko, in which case I probably just would have done the Stomp immediately. And by probably, I mean I definitely would have, had I thought about it. And we literally just got Akabeko. 1-2 counts as a card played for relics and probably Stomp 2. You mean the second one? Like, when it doubles up the card. Like, yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Okay, well, I get just enough free block from the Orichalcum. He continues weakening me, whatever. Ta-da! Here we are. Come out of it in not bad shape. Upgrade attacks deal 3 additional damage. Okay. Not bad, especially if we upgrade the Thrash. Because it goes from just being a 2 attack upgrade, which obviously is 4 damage because it hits twice. But it goes from being 2 damage to 5 damage. And so we go from doing 8 damage at base to 18 damage at base. Which is not bad. That relic with defect ball barrage goes nuts. Yeah, I can imagine. Kind of want the pommel strike. But I also think I'm going a little nuts. I need more things that exhaust. Kind of. I'll just skip, I guess. I should maybe take the Stampede, even though it hasn't mattered a ton yet. Whenever you play power, 8 damage to all enemies. And I've only got the 1 power currently. It's not the most impressive. I'll just take the gold. Someday I'll take the wisp. Alright, well, we take a chunk of damage, whatever, that's life. Sorry, Stomp. I maybe should have just played you, given that he was at that low HP in the first place, but here we are. Well, still taking damage, unfortunately. At least he wears off the block first. And again, like, I'm not too worried about taking damage, since, like, we just have a chunk of passive healing. You know, I've got the black blood, so I heal 12. And I've also got the feather, so I heal every time I go to a rest site. Okay, I have to do one of these if I want to get the kill, so we'll do that. I was trying to avoid them because they make me lose HP, but it's not a big deal. The problem is I don't really want to be exhausting the top card in my draw pile. Could take anger. I'll skip, I guess. I don't know. I should maybe take it. The problem is, like, I can imagine things, and those things are not really lining up the way that I would like. Yeah, would have appreciated the breakthrough this turn. So I could kill one of the eggs, or I can just get 14 damage on you. Guess we'll just do the damage. And then again, we take damage, whatever they lose the stuff as they hatch, because they're a separate unit. Not in the greatest shape. Though the Stomp is fairly appealing. Unfortunately, it's not actually appealing. And they're doing what? 17 damage? I mean, I could just block it all. Or I could do 28 damage and then another... Be like another 20 damage. I mean, that's a lot, but it's not enough. I mean, I guess we'll just do this. Unfortunately, I assume you're weakening me this turn, which is annoying. Oh, no, you vulnerable me. Okay. Okay, we'll just do this. And we lose a little bit of HP, but we just murder them, and that seemed pretty good. Fine, I'll take the Twin Strike. I don't know. I'm going mad with power. Not in a particularly helpful way. I do think we upgrade the Thrash now. I should also probably upgrade the 1-2, or the 1-2 punch, whatever it's called. Okay, well, let's just do that, and then have that do a whole lot of damage. I'd much rather get the card draw right now. I didn't realize that the Ori Halcyon would proc and then immediately get destroyed by that, which is fine. No, not concerned about that. Okay, so like the drawing while exhausting is nice, although I'm not actually exhausting that many cards. Unfortunately. Okay, well, at least take a little less damage. He does heal some, and unfortunately our vulnerable is starting to wear out, just because we're not getting through this fight particularly fast. Yeah, I really don't love these turns, but whatever. At least that does decent damage. And then we are actually better not playing those, because then that gets the full block for us. Take more damage. I need the card draw, kind of. I mean, I do like the dismantle, but maybe. Well, this is certainly not what I wanted to draw, but that's fine. Alright, well, I am taking a good chunk of damage, but he's also fairly low, although he's doing a lot of damage this turn. Maybe I underestimated him. I'm very close to dead. Okay, well. So 1 damage is soaking through from the disintegration. So I'm going down 23. He's doing 21. I cannot double the breakthrough because I will take 2 damage from it, and that will be exact enough to kill me. So we'll just do this twice, which isn't that impressive, but it's something. Also, probably should have used the strength potion as well, because I am on the verge of defeat. Yep, nope. I let my hubris get to me, and we died. Yeah, I should have used my relic or my potions earlier at the very least. Like, we definitely could have won that fight, but I thought that our damage would go better. And if I had drawn into, like, the Thrash again, that would help, but I had a very thick deck because I kept taking cards, hoping to get more exhaust things, and I didn't get more exhaust things, and it wasn't working so great. Which is to say, mistakes were made. I guess let's do Silent. Yeah, this Fury's fine. I'm not that impressed by it. I don't know what colorless cards I'd be happy to see, but we probably take that. Every 10 cards you draw, gain energy. It's Jank, pain was expected. You're not wrong. I wish I liked the bomb more than I do. And, like, it's cute that you can set up multiple of them and stuff. I almost kind of wish that it was a consume card. I don't love it. Like, there are ways to get decent effect out of it. And certainly it works better with Silent. Well, not necessarily better with Silent, but it can work okay with Silent. We're just going to take the automation. Because reasons. Okay. I think maybe we're actually going to take this path. I was eyeing a different one, but this one actually seems pretty decent. Anything that says draw is good for Silent too? Yeah. It is fairly good. Especially because it's not just like extra cards drawing during the turn. It's just cards drawn total, so it should count our beginning of turn draw as well. Whatever. 1 damage soaks through. That's fine. For the energy spent to damage ratio is great, but it's interesting to see the delayed effect makes most people doesn't want it. Oh, you're talking about bomb? Yeah. I mean, turns out it is pretty annoying. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just 1 away from killing. I could have just killed him this turn. And, well, not necessarily true. I was going to say I could have killed him if I had attacked the last turn instead of playing the automation. But that's not true because I was weak, so it would have done less damage anyway, so I still would have been a little short on damage. Anyways, this is a turn that doesn't matter. There we go. Maybe want the expertise. Leading strike, I also generally like. I think we probably want expertise. Maybe. Anticipate is also maybe worth taking. I guess I'll take this. Don't hate leg sweep. Dash seems fine. Predator is okay, but kind of annoying to play sometimes. This certainly may be a little easier when I have more energy. Screaming Flagon. I found out that if I put a block enchantment onto Anticipate, the Dex takes effect before the shield, making it a very cost-effective card. Interesting. Guess we'll do that. I don't know. I'm not, like, that excited by it. I honestly kind of want to go for the 2 basic fights so I can get more card drafts. We'll do this. Don't think we need another colorless card. We'll take the 1 of 5 because there's probably something we want. Discard 2 cards, add 2 shivs into your hand. I mean, I definitely want the backflip. I also kind of want the hidden daggers. But we'll take the backflip. It's just directly useful for me. Doesn't really matter there. We're just trying to do a little bit of damage and block. Yeah, I was kind of expecting this, though, where because I removed a defend, we are a little imbalanced in our deck right now. But that's okay. We're working on it. Keep getting extra energy on turns where it does not help. Okay, well, we get a little bit of damage to soak through. And we do block the whole thing, which I appreciate. And then we have just enough for the kill. Definitely could have blocked it if I needed to, but we didn't need to. I'll take Finisher, I guess. There's a lot of things I like to do. I'm going to start by doing this just so that it's for sure always playable. A lot of other things I'd like to do too, but it just is nice not to have to worry about it. Okay, so we blocked. We're weakening you so then we can finish you off this turn. Although this guy is trying to ruin our day. Yeah, unfortunately, unhelpful. I could have done a lot of damage to this guy, but I would have hit into the thorns multiple times, and I didn't want to do that. Funny enough. I forget that Finisher doesn't have any base damage, which is say you have to play other attacks first. Which is fine. Unfortunately, I'm just a little short of killing here. Which makes the Finisher not very impressive. Oh well. Could have also gotten extra energy by backflipping that turn. I didn't, though. Flick Flack I like, but we're going to take Prepared. Prepared, by the way, one of the cards that got changed on the beta branch. It's a much less exciting card. I believe the current implementation of it is it loses the draw and just becomes discard 2, and then next turn you gain extra energy. I think like 3 extra energy. Maybe 2, and then 3 is the upgrade. Which is fine. It still has some uses. It's definitely a less good card and a less fun card. It was a big nerf. Yeah, I would agree with that. To be fair, it probably deserves a nerf, even just like aside from enabling infinites. Because it does feel like a pretty universally takeable card. I'm going to upgrade it, by the way. Just because drawing 2 is pretty useful for me right now. Fine, I'll lose the max HP. It's a lot of max HP to lose, but I do like having every block card from here on after just be better. But anyways, yeah. It's, ooh, I don't love these guys. But anyways, yes. It probably deserved the nerf, even if it is painful. I don't really like the gain energy next turn aspect of it. I would love to see that be something different, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to do that just to help weaken you some, I guess. Because these guys are liable to be fairly bad for me. So we'll do what we can to at least make them a little better. God, I can almost kill you. Yeah, I can't quite get to a point where it will trigger the thing. I think I probably just have to take a bunch of damage this turn. Unfortunately, that puts him down to 1 with the poison. So it's just not quite able to kill him. Which would have been nice, would save me 7 damage. At least he dies naturally this turn, but still frustrating. Like, I can do more block, but I feel like I need to get some damage in. Because it's already just so hard for me to kill these guys. Like, I honestly probably should be doing the plating. For some reason, it didn't occur to me that that was an option. I think I honestly still probably need to just do that right now. I probably should have waited to see how the rest of the turn turned out, of course, but hey, here we are. Had the extra energy, didn't matter this turn. Anyways, the plating at least is helping, but like, this is such a slow and awful battle for me. I have no AoE, I have a really tough time getting through their armor, or their block, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and kill you. I still take damage from these guys, unfortunately. And, like, a lot of damage. I am in bad shape, but more of them we kill, the better it gets. Okay, so I'm already blocking enough for that guy, so... here we go! Okay, so you're not attacking this turn, which means I can just kill you. So that's what I'd be getting next turn. Yeah, I'm okay with just not playing out like the expertise right here. Wow, they got big. Yeah, I mean, I've been very slow on killing them. Oh god, they're finally dead. It was really bad for us. Yeah, I mean the untouchable, especially with the nimble, is not bad for us. Next turn, add 3 copies of the card into your hand. I mean, there are some interesting things I can do with that. But I'm just going to take the untouchable. I think I need the block. And I think I need to heal, even though it's not a ton of health since I have the lower max HP. But whatever, we're working on it. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna go for some damage, because I need to be doing damage. Unfortunately, I don't have, like, shivs, and I would really like shivs with the finisher. It'd be dramatically helpful. Could have used that last turn, but that's fine. I just have way overkill amount of armor this turn. Okay, unfortunately, we're 1 off from getting extra energy, but we'll still do that. It's just that, like, the finisher is not as good as I want it to be. Okay. Well. We don't quite stun him this turn, though on the flip side, it means that at least we stun him on this coming turn, no matter what, basically. Okay, so I automatically get the extra energy this way, so then I can do that, which then also means the finisher hits an additional time. It would be nice if I were, like, applying vulnerable, or the finisher was doing more damage. But here we are. Okay, at least we're, like, doing some good work with the finisher now. It's just really less consistent than I need it to be. Anyways, there we go. Could have been worse. Another untouchable is probably what we want. Speedster is also pretty cute, though. But, like, the slide block is really nice. I don't actually have that many sources of discard, but it's just still really good. I do really like the idea of Speedster and all that. We'll take the Untouchable, though. I think I just need it. Well, I certainly don't need all the Untouchables this turn. Would love better damage, but hey. Our power is unmatched. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the damage, because, like, these guys scale out of control, so it's better that I take a little bit of damage now than try to play it slow. Okay, so you're just dead. We're already blocking enough, and that is a chunk of your health gone. Not happy about this, but I need to not be taking damage, so we're gonna try. And yes, I know he gets more strength, but I have decent blockability. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm one draw away from getting more energy, but... Oh, this is already hitting 3 times anyways. For some reason, I thought it wasn't enough. There we go. Whatever. He's dead. Yeah, both the Prepared and the Acrobatics are real good for us. I mean, I think I lean towards the Acrobatics, maybe. Nah, I'll take the Prepared. Oh no, it's them goblins! Okay, we'll use Prepared number 1. And Prepared number 2. You want the Speedster now? I mean, I always wanted the Speedster, but yes, agreed. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do a very good job of killing these guys once they split. I'm just not going to do a very good job of killing them in general, let's be clear, but still. And ditch Finisher. I mean, Finisher could still do some good work for me, but yeah, at the moment, it's not doing great. Can't quite do that because they're weakening me. Like, my damage output is already, like, pretty bad. So I will get energy for doing this. Yeah, and that means then I can also play this. And then... Like, I could have just killed him, but I think we wanted to bring him low so I don't have to lose the 60 gold that he stole. And I can probably block the damage you're doing. Yep, we should be fine. Especially with double untouchable. Again, this is sort of, like, I don't even have a good deck, and Prepared is still doing a ton of work for us. Like, I think illustrates that it probably deserves the nerf. I mean, I do like this. Also reasonably happy with Infinite Blades. I maybe want to up my sleeve, though. Yeah, I think we just want that. Okay, we're gonna go for this instead of healing, and that's probably fine. Okay, we're definitely gonna do this. And we're going to play them out so they get out of my deck. But otherwise, not wake you up. There we go. Okay, so there's the automation. And ideally we want to play the up my sleeve or whatever it's called, like one more time. Well, let's wake her up, I guess, since that's gonna happen anyways. We may as well do some damage. I suppose I should have done the backflip first, but hey. Okay, finisher's not in there, but let's hope we draw into it. Again, this is why we took the up my sleeve, and also why we ensured that we got it down low before waking her. So now we can just play it every time we draw it. Thank you, Untouchable. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I think I still just want to discard the block, though. Because, like, I need to be getting damage into her while I can. And I'm, yeah, with the weakness and all this, I'm only taking 1 damage. It's not a big deal. Well, do a little bit more damage. Okay, now she tries to start debuffing us, which is partly why we've been trying to be aggressive in the meantime. Unfortunately, I do have some turns like this, which are not great. Yeah, but losing the strength is pretty bad for me. Because, like, my damage output it's atrocious. Well, at least this does 16 damage. It would have done a lot more. I thought about upgrading the finisher, and I kind of wish that I had. It's just like, if she debuffs me again, I just, like, cannot kill her. And she's gonna debuff me soon. Yeah, because it's the turn after this that she'll do the debuff. Which is bad. Okay, so I can do those for sure. This will get me extra energy, so we'll do it. And hopefully draw the up my sleeve again. We did not, but okay, fine. That's at least 20 more damage. Unfortunately, she does block this turn. Like, we're getting there, but again, when she debuffs me again in a moment, it's bad. Because there's no, like, minimum strength, basically. Like, my cards don't do a minimum of 1 damage when played. They can just do flat-out 0 damage. Which means now my shivs are going to do nothing, and my strikes are going to do very little. Also, all of my block is very bad. Oh, fuck me. I messed this up. I was supposed to do this before. Because now I don't have enough energy for the finisher. Though this gets me just enough that I can. So at least there's that, thankfully. Again, if those were at least doing 1 damage, that'd be nice. Just gotta do 9 more damage, but that's surprisingly difficult to do for me. Yeah. Should have done this first. Like, it's enough. So you're doing 26. Okay, let's do this. And then actually just do 2 damage to you. I just need 7 damage. Unfortunately, I can't do 7 damage. I mean, I just die here because I just can't quite get over the last hurdle. Oh, it feels bad. Oh, God. Yeah, should have upgraded the finisher or something instead of doing the prepared. I mean, the prepared was good for me, obviously, but I just couldn't quite do enough damage. Oof. Anyways, we're not off to a great start today. Alas. So be it. Alright, let's do regen. I mean, the scroll boxes has seemed pretty good. 3 damage to all enemies for each star gain this turn. I do like Astral Pulse, also good. Also, which zone are we in? We're in the Underdocks. Which does make the AoE extra valuable. And this is all AoE. 3 cards, put 1 on top. Forge 10, 6 damage 3 times. Again, why can't I see what the upgrades are to any of these? Like, I guess, like, it's weird because normally you right-click on them, but you left-click on them here. Anyways, it's just, whatever. This game has weird UI problems that it shouldn't have. Wave the Jank is pain and face tanky like a champ. I mean, like, again, I say this semi-often, but, like, I'm okay with losing in a game like this. Like, I like playing different sorts of decks. I like experimenting. It's okay to lose sometimes. Like, I like winning, of course, but I have fun regardless. This this is strange UI decisions here, not consistent. Yeah. It's just like, for the amount of general polish that this game has, and just like Slay the Spire 1 in general, and the amount of time they've had to like work on this and think about these things and see how other games handled them, it's just bizarre to me the number of things that irk me like that. Like, why do I left click on these when right clicking everywhere else is how you see the upgrade to it? And like, I wouldn't mind if both worked, but right-clicking does nothing here. And then also, like, when you're unlocking new cards or other places, like, you just can't see what the upgrades are at all, which is baffling to me. Among other things. Like, I appreciate that at least there's a view upgrades thing, but also, like, why isn't there a hotkey where I can just, like, hover a card and hold it down and see what the upgrade is? Like, Vault of the Void does that. Other games do that. It's a very helpful, simple, obvious feature to have. And yet we don't have that. And like, yes, I'm being a little harsh. But I'm being harsh because this game is, like, big name. And like, they've had years to see how other games handle these things. I don't know. It just bothers me. There's a feedback button unleashed that Jank rants onto the devs. I have used the feedback a couple times. The problem is that by the time I'm done streaming, I am hungry and or tired, and I need to go to sleep. And I haven't been playing Slay the Spire 2 off stream, partly because I didn't want to like raise the ascension levels or unlock anything, and also just because I have a bunch of other things in my life that I'm not, accomplishing that I should anyways. And I don't want to sit here and do the feedback while on stream. Either way, we're taking this pack. That's what we're doing. But yeah, there are a number of things that I need to leave feedback for. I've done some, but definitely need to do more. We maybe will just take like this path. This path over here is also okay. I do like that it ends in a shop, but I think we're doing this. And again, it's cute that I can like draw on the map, but why can't I just like click on things to mark them instead of having to draw? Why do I have to hover these? Why can't I like click on them to keep them highlighted? Why isn't there like a zoom out to see the full map at once? Like, yes, I recognize that would make it small, but it would be nice not to have to scroll up and down constantly. You have no money, early shop kind of sucks. It does. I did forget about that, in which case we probably want to go to this fight instead. But either way, that's okay. Yeah, I'll let a little bit of damage soak through so I can get some damage in. There are mods for Slay the Spire 1 that do all those things you complained about just now. Yeah, I'm aware, but I shouldn't have to be using mods to get like basic functionalities. I think it's very reasonable to expect these sorts of things for this game. And again, like, I was a little more forgiving of these things in Slay the Spire 1. I mean, I still complained about them, as we all know, but I was a little more forgiving because, it's an older game and it didn't have as many other games to draw inspiration from and see how they handled it. But, like, we've had many years of deck builders now. I have played so many good deck builder games. And, like, I don't expect the devs to spend all their time playing deck builders, but they should at least, like, have a cursory knowledge of how other games in their genre are handling things. I don't know. I kind of feel like I should take Quasar just because I haven't done any of the like colorless builds yet. On the other hand, like Hidden Cache works a lot better with me having multiple star cards already and having the Radiate. I wish the upgrade to this increased the stars gained on this turn. Anyways, we'll take the Hidden Cache. It's not like my favorite, but I do think it's important for me right now. I don't really want the greed, although it would be nice to take 600, well, 300 gold. I was thinking 600 because one of the options was the greed from Niao, and it would have been cute to be able to do... Actually, we didn't have that this time. I was thinking of the other run. Also, I didn't realize that hovering over this would tell you how things went. Huh. I hadn't realized they had that. That's cute. I like that. I wish they had that, like, in the run summary. It seems like sort of an obvious thing to have in the run summary. I mean, I know it would be a little weird UI-wise, but they could just, like, allow you to view the map of Act 1, 2, and 3 at the end, which I'm pretty sure you can't do that in the run summary. Anyways, it's a cool feature. It's a little weird to me that you do. Whatever. Anyways, we're just gonna take the golds and not the curse. I believe the first purge is 75. I still maybe want to go here just to avoid the fight. I'm still gonna go here though, I guess. Well, don't love that I'm just gonna take damage. You're not wildly helpful for me, Radiate. I mean, you're a cool card, just not helpful when I have really inconsistent star generation. I mean, not a hard fight for us. It's just bad first turn. I do like the extra draw of Guiding Star. I don't think I want it in general. We'll take Gather Light. Perfect, so we have a better block card now. I do want to do the strike, but I think it's important to get the extra stars. Because if I draw, like, Astro Pulse this turn, which I didn't, but fine. Would have been nice. We're so close. Just didn't quite do it because Hidden Cache is a little annoying. Whatever, fine. And yes, I know I could have made that stronger, but it was already killing. The Lucky Tonic giving buffer is weird to me. Like, I get what it's going for and that it's trying to convey that you're getting, like, a lucky dodge. But it does still, like, thematically feel weird to me that a Lucky Clover is giving me buffer. I don't think we want Bulwark. Another Crush Under is okay. Maybe I want Bulwark. I don't know. This is better than my shitty current defense. And higher energy is a little less a concern when I have a number of, like, zero-cost star cards. I like Crush Under for the built-in defend. Yeah, I already have a Crush Under, though, and, like, it is a little bit of defense, but for a lot of situations, it's not that much defense. I will take the Bulwark. I guess it's not my favorite, but I would appreciate the extra block right now. Maybe should have done the Venerate. Ugh, the fucking dazes. Yeah. Here we are. Well, we hit his max. Would have been really nice to have those cards spread out over more turns. Unfortunate. Well, we're taking some damage. At least get rid of some of the dazes. I don't know. It's hard for me to do damage to him. At least that does good work for us. And we hit the max, and I still have more, so I guess we just do that. Unfortunately, he is a bad matchup for me. At least I can weaken him. Well, unfortunately, I just have to take damage. I could do the Lucky Tonic, though. Honestly, I'm gonna do it. It's not my favorite, but dodging 14 damage here is reasonably good. And then, like, I have the kill with the Sovereign Blade. I just needed him to roll over to let me be able to do it. Alright, we'll become the Sword Sage. It's a heavy pivot for what we're currently doing, but sure. So I need to remember that Sovereign Blade does base 10 damage. When I see a card like Bulwark, I think of it as making a 10 damage Sovereign Blade for me, but it's not. It's making a 20 damage Sovereign Blade for me. We maybe just want to upgrade the Sword Sage to make it more playable. The Bulwark is also fairly decent. Crush Under is pretty decent. Astral Pulse is also pretty decent. I'm going to do this, though, even though it's the greedy play. And also, probably should just heal. Especially when I have turns like this, where I just take damage. I can't say I love it. I mean, I could say that, but it would be a lie. Okay, we'll make the blade, which then is able to kill him next turn. Well, not when he's weakened me, but we can overcome that. Ta-da! I guess I'll take the Swift Potion instead of that. I kind of like the Fire Potion right now, because 20 damage right now is a lot. 9 stars exhaust, but it does take 5 stars. Fair pause your safety net anyways. Yeah. I think we're gonna not take the Glimmer. Maybe. I will take the Glimmer, I guess. We're gonna heal. I don't love it, but I'm pretty low on health. Okay, fine. I guess we'll upgrade the Bulwark. And I might skip that Elite, but if it's the... I keep forgetting this thing exists, honestly. If the Elite is the Eels, we're actually in pretty good shape for them, because I have several AoE damage things, and they do, you know, pretty solid damage. Alright, but you only have effectively 38 HP, so... Kablam. Beat into shape. 5 damage, forge 5, forges an additional 5 for every other time you've hit the enemy this turn. Yep. Cloak of Stars would have also been appealing as a 0-cost block, especially when I'm making my sword cost 3. But just having a good forge option seemed just pretty good for me. Yeah, you are concerning, I will say. And yes, I know I'm just taking the damage like a chump now, but it felt important to power up the Sovereign Blade. I think we just want to make you vulnerable. Because then I can just cleave you for 60 damage, and that seemed pretty good. Unfortunately, this turn is kind of a waste, but we'll at least just power up the sword and generate some stars. Worst case, we have the Swiftness Potion if we need it. We do need it, probably. Yeah, because, like, I can't block that much, unfortunately. And, like, I can do a little bit of damage, but not enough damage. Oof. Can't say I'm wildly happy about that set of draws. Alright. Not at all what we wanted to draw. Unfortunately, I have to take a big chunk of damage even with using the potion. Really? Okay, at least he's just dead after that, but still wasn't great. Serve third turn, gain 3 energy. Fine. Whenever you create a card, gain block and vigor. I mean, that's maybe not the worst for me, but I'm gonna skip it. Okay, we at least know this can't be... I don't want to lose the HP. I'll just gain the Sword of Stone. I don't know if we're gonna power up the Sword of Stone at this rate, though. Exhaust up to 3 cards in hand. I mean, I don't hate that. But the Smith and also Child of Stars seem pretty good for me. Can't really use Conqueror because I won't have the energy. Like, unless we get ancient relics that help with that. It's not really gonna do it for us. Yeah, I mean, I think we're taking the Smith. I think it's just good for what we're doing. And I guess I will take this. It's a bit imperfect right now, but fine. And then we kind of have to heal. Kind of. I mean, like, she at least gives us multiple turns to build up. And, like, that's not bad for us. This isn't a great first turn, but hey. I would really love to get rid of some cards. But unfortunately, Slay the Spire just really doesn't love letting you get rid of cards. I should have done that differently. I did want the extra forging, but I didn't want to wake her up because I do want to be able to play out Sword Sage at the very least. Oh, I forgot that I have extra energy this turn. I'll put that back, I guess. Let's go ahead and cleave through for a huge ton. Yeah, the Smith is not a consume card, and I keep thinking that it is. I guess I'll do the Hidden Cache. Doing more damage would have been nice, but I basically just need to play out the Sovereign Blade one more time. Yeah, because, like, Sovereign Blade on its own is going to just absolutely blow them up as soon as I can draw it. Unfortunately, I can't really use the Glimmer to draw it, so we're not going to try. Bottom deck diving moment. Does feel like that. I mean, it's fine. There we go. Ta-da! Not taking 7 stars. Decisions, like, could be cute. Avenge the Silent, yeah. Anyways, it would be cute, kind of. Specifically, it would be really cute if I could get it to play out the Smith. But that is somewhat unwieldy. 9 damage to all enemies. All enemies lose 9 strength this turn. I mean, that's a cool card. I'm not taking it, but if you get autocast on, that'll be sick. I mean, I'm going to take it, I think, though I do suspect it's the wrong choice. But it would be really cool. Star generation is a bit lacking. That is true. There's a lot of things lacking in my life. Could fight 4 elites here to help power up the Sword of Stone. Ugh. The Centipede. I guess they're not that bad. I do have multiple AoE things still. Well, let's first talk to you because I forgot that that is the first step. Upgrade 4 cards, remove 4 cards. I mean, honestly, removing 4 cards is not bad. I really dislike the pumpkin candle. It would be good for me. It's just frustrating that... It's just frustrating. As far as removing 4 cards go, like, getting rid of the Radiate and then, like, 3 strikes is probably pretty good. If I were to upgrade 4 cards, it would be... like, Smith, Child of Stars, Decisions, and Beat into Shape. I think we just want to remove 4 cards. And I like the idea of the Radiate, but just so often it does nothing for me. And so I'd rather just be drawing basically anything else most of the time. Hello! Things like Pumpkin Candle look so frustrating. Yeah, I just don't like it. Unfortunately, the Sovereign Blade is pretty bad for us here. And we're still going to do the Sword Sage because it means the Sovereign Blade at least hits twice, even if it's capped at 9 damage each time. Getting a power up just to lose it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not my favorite design by any means. Is Radiate really worse than Striking Your situation? Maybe, maybe not. There's plenty of turns where the Radiate does literally nothing for me, and the Strike is at least potentially damage. Like, on this turn, for instance, Radiate would be doing nothing. The Strike instead helps me finish off one of these guys, which is just more helpful. So, like, I do think it is worth getting rid of the Radiate. I mean, I want the Star Generation. Don't want Knockout Blow. Don't want any of those. I don't think Furnace is really necessary, but it is kind of nice. Not really sold on Convergence. Another Hidden Cache is sort of appealing, but I don't think it's good enough for me. I kind of just lean towards the removal here. Yeah, we'll just do that. Oh. Yeah, I really wish I could more easily play that. I mean, I can do it, but we're not going to. We're going to do this, especially because I can just kill off one of them, and then I only have to take 7 damage here, which isn't too bad. Yeah. I realized that what I could and should have done is I could have done the Forge, or the Beaten to Shape, and then just killed with the Sovereign Blade. I didn't think about that until after I'd already spent 1 energy, though, which meant that then I couldn't do that with the rest of my turn, which felt bad. We are going to take Cloak of Stars, even though, again, it's a little dodgy with my current star generation, but I need better defense, and with the Child of Stars, like, that's pretty appealing. I'm gonna not spend my stars. Kind of already forgot that I do get a bunch of stars this turn. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have these things next turn. Well, we're going to do the Sword Sage. I think it's just too important for me. But it would have been nice to get all that stuff when I had extra energy now. Yeah, we'll just do the block for now. We're still taking damage, but I wasn't going to kill him either way, so we may as well take less damage. I'm not off to a great start for the most part. Though the one, like, counterpoint is it would have been nice to like, get the Sovereign Blade going back through my draw pile. Either way, we should be okay now. Because I'll get the block for next turn, and then the Sovereign Blade will just absolutely murder them. It's like, yeah... Well, I'm still going to take a little bit of damage, but that's fine. Sword and Glimmer would have been a clean kill. I'm not sure. I see what you're saying. Know Thy Place is sort of appealing. We're going to take another Cloak of Stars, though. But again, like, I have bad star generation. I also have not a lot of health. I really want to upgrade things. I'm gonna take the safety heal. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Radiant Tincture. I think we're just gonna skip the Elite. I'm not, like, super wild about it, but hey. I don't know what I care about here. Making the Astral Pulse a little better is kind of cute. Making the Beaten to shape deal more damage is fine. I don't really want to draw more cards when I play Sword Sage. I want it to cost less. That's what I want that upgrade to do here. Or to give it intrinsic or something. It's just like so often the drawing cards is not actually helpful for me. I forget that you can't back out of this after doing it. Well, fine. I guess we'll just make that slightly better. Okay, whatever. So time to upgrade some things. I guess I'll do this. I'm not using it particularly well currently. So be it. Okay, I'll do this just so I can get some amount of foraging. I am still taking damage. Oh well. That's life. I forget if you're attacking again next turn. Well, we'll just block a tiny bit. It's not a good fight for us. I could be using the Radiant Tincture, maybe, but we're just trying to get to a point where we murder him. Yeah, unsurprisingly, can't play out the Smith. Just kind of hoping that I'd be able to, but so be it. It's a lot less damage than I'd want, but it's still a lot of damage. Fortunately, now he goes for the attack again, and that's a lot of garbage for me to draw. Great. Super happy about that. Oof. I'm like, yeah, I kind of did this myself, but oh my god, that's so bad. Okay. I now have tons of block, and the sword deals 50 damage twice, which is good. And thus he's dead. It was still an atrocious battle for us, but hey, here we are. And Book of Five Rings was not worth it. Well, I need to heal after that, and I'm still in bad shape. Well, sorry, Elite. We're skipping you. I mean, the upgraded Crush Under is fine, but it's not really what I want. We'll just skip on that. Unfortunately, goodbye, potion. Take Gather Light, I guess. And unfortunately, I think I need to heal here, even though I would really love not to. This fight might go okay. Like, we do have the ability to do lots of damage, especially if I use the Radiant Tincture. It's just also liable to be not great. I think I have to do the Mind Rot, even though I don't like taking it. I'm gonna not do the Falling Stars so I can hold on to some of my stars. Especially because I can't really make use of the Vulnerable that turn, and I don't need the Weak or anything. TikTok like boss? What? Okay. I will play this now, and then I'll take a bunch of damage, and we're not going to play the Astral Pulse. Even though it would have blocked a little bit for me. But, in exchange, now we can do some things. Decision Smith, no contest? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, like, that's still not enough to just, like, one-shot him, but it's looking pretty impressive. Well, he's almost dead. I just need to... You cannot play more than 3 cards each turn. Honestly, didn't know that that's what the upgrade did. Oh, yeah. You know, I hadn't realized this is how this boss works because I just normally kill him before then or always want the Disintegration either way. I, for some reason, thought that it was that taking a second version of it would upgrade the effect. So, like, the first one of these is 6 damage, the second one is 7. But no, it's just as the battle goes on, he gives you different ones that are worse effects. Let's take the Sloth, I guess. I'm not, like, in love with that, but I basically just need to delay. Yeah, I mean, we are blocking enough if I do this, because we give him -1 strength, so he's doing 3 less damage. So we may as well just do that, I guess. I didn't need the extra stars at that point. What I do need is just to draw our goddamn card. We knew this was more or less going to be the issue, but if I can draw the Sovereign Blade, everything's fine. There it is. Good plan. Okay, well, we ended with a lot more health than I needed, but, oh, God. We are not taking other decisions. Make it so it's cool. Not very helpful right now. Genesis, I'm going to take, even though it's another kind of cumbersome setup card. Oh, God, into you. I mean, the extra energy is helpful for me, but also I hate his existence. I just wish that if they wanted energy relics in this game, they could have just put energy relics in this game. Sealed Throne. Innate, whenever you play a card, gain stars. I mean, that is cool. That makes Genesis a lot less necessary. And either way, there aren't energy relics here either way, which is the only thing that would really be competing with. I mean, the empty cage is nice, but, like, we'll just take this, I guess. So there's no way I'm powering up the Sword of Stone at this point. I think I'm probably just going to avoid the elites. I just don't think fighting them is worth my time. I think we're probably going something like this. Especially since we know that there can't be fights in the question mark rooms. That's a lot of stars from Unpower. It definitely is. I mean, it takes 3 to play it, though, but still. It definitely pays itself off pretty decently. It takes 3, but it's innate and you start with 3. Yes. Yeah. It definitely works out pretty decently. Alright, so we do that. We do this. And, like, something like that is net neutral, which is nice now. Unfortunately, I can't play that, but I wanted to play out everything else I was doing. And honestly, it's not that impressive right now. Certainly not as impressive as it could be. But I guess it's the entire boss rogue. Yeah, it is, but it does make my star situation just dramatically better. Regent, when you bought top of the line gamer chair. Fair enough. Yeah, unfortunately, he is going to hurt me real bad because I've been not building up power. And I need to wait one more turn on the Sovereign Blade, basically. Alright, well, unfortunately, took a chunk of damage from him because we're just a little too slow and awkward, but fine. Charge! Don't dislike, especially because it lets me just, like, thin out my deck, but I still don't think I really want to do that. Could have used potion, I guess. Yeah, I didn't want to, though. I am invincible! Start of each combat, forge 10. That would be nice. Can't afford it, though. Prolong is maybe worth it. I don't know. There's a lot of things I just don't really need now. We're gonna get rid of Venerate. I don't fuck it. I'll take it. I maybe shouldn't, but I just whatever. Here we are. Yeah, I don't love you guys, all things considered, but at least I have. Oh yeah, I can do this. I was like, well, I don't have the stars, but no, I do have stars if I do this. One more card to proc the heal. Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. That was part of the reason for taking it. That would have been nicer. I guess we'll take this so I can get the plating. Well, I was gonna do the Smith, but I guess we'll just do this. Because, like, I don't actually need the Sovereign Blade to do a ton of damage to kill these guys. I just need to do some damage. And preferably avoid taking a bunch of damage and losing some max HP. I'm not happy about all this. Oh, and you only do 15. Fuck me, I could have prevented that. Yeah, I definitely messed this up. I was, for some reason, thinking this was going to do more damage, and that's because I'm used to generating it off a different card right now. Alright, I'm not happy about this. We'll do this. Feels incredibly dumb. At least I get the 7 block from the plating. It's not as bad as it could be. I just really wanted the stupid Astral Pulse, but it was at the bottom of the deck. It's just the one thing we really wanted. Ta-da! Look, they're dead. Felt dumb. At least I get one of those potions back. Gonna not take those if the Astral Pulse is okay now that stars are largely not a concern. And again, taking a card would heal me. Okay, still take a little bit of damage, and unfortunately these guys will take me a while to kill, but we're gonna try. We're gonna do what we can. Oh, whoops. Should have done that first. Attack to non-attack card ratio out of whack with this deck. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, this is overkill. I really wish that my sword hit AoE. Like that one power allows you to do. Don't remember what it's called. But, like, whatever. It's fine. It's just, here we are. God, I'm slightly Out of range of killing one of these with like the falling star and then just killing its replacement with the Sovereign Blade. Oh well, fine. Yeah, I will say the card I removed earlier, the one that deals damage per stars you generate in turn, looking a lot more appealing right now. Do multi-hits against these enemies hit the reinforcement as it spawns? Kind of. I forget exactly how it works, but I know that like some things that activate multiple times can hit them multiple times, or it can hit the new ones. God, it's such a bad fight for me. It just feels dumb. Like, we still got enough block for this one, and it seemed like it was just reasonable to delete the new one that came in. Although this one's also basically at full health. I guess I would have had enough block with the Smith as well. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, I'm frail now. Fine. Stupid soot. Oh, wrong order. I could have just killed you. Don't mind me as I am making a lot of very easily avoided mistakes. It's fine. We'll get there. It's all part of the plan, maybe, kind of. Feels dumb, but we're gonna do this. And we'll let the Mercury Hourglass finish off that one next turn. Okay. Yep, feels like a waste, but go ahead and do that anyways. This is certainly a deck of all time. The soots are adding up in a rather unappealing way. God, I have so many stars now. Look at that big, beautiful blade. I just have so many stars. It'd be nice if I had more ways to spend them, because then we'd be getting more block from Child of the Stars. If only that X cost star attack. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Anyways, there we go. Great. Star Potion. Just what we've always wanted. I mean, Black Hole is vaguely appealing right now. Oh, look. More stars. Yeah. I mean, they like the Glitter Stream, but we're going to take Black Hole. It just seems correct. Also, I get healed there, which is appealing. Let's do a Genesis. Like, I just haven't used it this whole time. Honestly, I'm just going to use the Star Potion so I can use this. Not the most exciting, but this fight will sort of get out of control if I don't deal with it. So, here we are. Sure. Ooh. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, I can still play this. I was thinking that I could. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite kill him, so I still take a little bit of damage here, but it was very close to being correct. And then he just dies to that. Okay. Yeah, again, like the idea of the Conqueror, can't really use it. So, no. The Crescent Spear... I do sort of want it. I wish it would show me how much damage the Crescent Spear would do right now. But I'm not going to take it. Maybe should. Great. I didn't really want to fight these guys, but so be it. Um... I'm still going to take a chunk of damage, which I really would love not to do, but I just don't have a ton of ways to avoid that. Fine, whatever. I didn't really want to fight these guys, but here we are. Would love more Cloak of Stars and such. That would just be really nice. We're at least doing that. That's pretty good for us. I guess I'll just go ahead and kill you. I wasn't planning to kill you, but I may as well. I was planning to kill this one first, but fine. Don't mind if I play the Glimmer. I mean, we ended up just putting that same card on top multiple times. Doesn't matter. He's dead. We drew a bunch of things. We spent some stars. We were in good shape. Yada, yada. Here we are. Fine. I'll take the Reflect. I mean, Tuning Fork isn't terrible for us. I'm gonna heal out of safety. My deck is pretty slow. It's good when it gets going, but let's take the gold. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to use the Book of Five Rings again at this point. So, what do we trade out for? Vexing Puzzle Block. Start of each combat, add a random card into your hand at cost of 0. I don't really want that. Normal enemy. Not a great trade-off. Crash Landing. 21 damage to all enemies. Fill your hand with debris. No. I mean, Seeking Edge would have been cool a long time ago. Not helpful now. Gain additional 5 block from defend cards. Okay. I mean, we'll just remove something, I guess. Fasten is like A tier. I mean, it is sort of appealing. I am still using the defend sometimes, and that does look sort of nice to me. I mean, maybe I want that. My deck is just so slow and clunky. I think maybe I just want to get rid of the Crush Under, actually. Fine. Almost accidentally clicked on the elite, which, like, it would be nice to get a relic. These are not the guys I want to fight, but okay. Depending on how we draw, it'll be fine. Thanks, Know Thy Place. Like, at least you're an exhaust card, but you're also a little annoying. Yeah, this is where the AoE sword would be nice. Unfortunately, couldn't afford that power, and also I was hoping that we wouldn't be fighting a fight like this, but okay, that's fine. Also, we should be largely okay anyways. I'll do the reflect 3 times, I guess. I'd been hoping that we were going to get the black hole or the Child of Stars by now. At least we have enough block that it's not a concern this turn. And yes, I did do this in the wrong order. Oh well. Yeah, that doesn't do a ton of damage yet. It is enough for you to die, though, so we'll go ahead and do that. Because then he reflects the damage onto himself. Unfortunately, the reflect stacks for 3 turns instead of tripling the damage of the reflect. Which, like, in a lot of situations, not bad. Right here, perhaps a little less exciting. Then we still get to play that out. So I am blocking enough. We almost kill them. And then they die from the reflect. No. The Refined Blade could maybe be okay. The Know Thy Place is fine, but we're just not going to worry about it. Do I actually need to upgrade anything? There's a couple things that are okay. I think we just are better off just having a little bit more HP. Because, like, we do build up to doing a lot of damage. We just need a little bit of time to get there. Interesting. Does that last for the entire battle? If so, the Conqueror is actually quite good for me. Yeah, we're gonna take Void. Well, I actually think we want to take Pale Blue Dot, maybe. Cost 0 without specifying this turn. Yeah. No, we're gonna take Void Form. I think it's still correct for me. Okay, we're blocking enough, yada yada yada, here we go. Okay, so we play out the expensive one first. Doesn't, like, really matter a ton. I don't really want to play the Sovereign Blade yet either way. We do take a bit of damage, fine, oh well, that's okay. Okay, so we'll set up Genesis, because it's hard for me to play otherwise, kind of. I was not expecting that to be the interaction. That's a very strange way for that to happen. So, here's what's happening. Void Form is making it free to play. But Sword Sage is increasing its cost by 1, which somehow ends up with it costing 1, even though I would really expect the free-to-play to lock it at 0 cost. It's very weird to me. Whatever, fine. Yeah, any added cost would go back to positive for free card, even with Potion of Sanity. That's just very bizarre that that's the interaction. I feel like free-to-play is actually just saying the cost of 0, then Sword Sage increase the current cost 1. Yeah, I understand how it happened. I'm saying I don't think that at all is how the interaction should go. Alright, well, let's just kill that. Who's there? Unfortunately, it doesn't attack a second time because there was no other target. But, whatever. Also, again, unfortunately, I don't really have an outlet for my massive star generation. Like, it's nice that I just don't have to care about my stars at all, but it would be nice to have some other things. Okay, well, let's play the Sovereign Blade right now, even though it would be nice to power it up further. And Monster Train free is really free, and Slay the Spire free is free as in stores. Yeah. No Conqueror, so sad. Yeah, I thought about doing, like, the Glimmer first to try to draw into it, but I didn't think that was likely. Wait, it's still 1 cost, even on future turns. Well, again, the same thing is happening, is that Void Form is setting it down to 0, and Sword Sage is increasing it. Because, like, the Void Form happens every turn, so. It's not a great turn, but we're fine no matter what, I guess. Alright, sadly don't quite kill him. If our sword had been allowed to hit him the second time after killing the door, it would have been okay, but alas. Look at that big, beautiful sword. And then we just block a lot. Thought it'd reset once Void Form 0 cost wore off, then it reapplied 0 cost. Yeah, yeah, I was really hoping to draw differently, but I guess we'll just set that aside for now. But what about Big Beautiful Cat? I mean, she's off somewhere, sleeping probably. Yeah, unfortunately, didn't draw the Conqueror at the right time. Oh well. At least we've gotten this thing low enough that I don't really need to use the Sovereign Blade to kill it, kind of. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. Oh yeah, he's still vulnerable. Forgot about that. Well, now he's dead. I like the visual of the sword just getting bigger. Agreed. I kind of wish it was like Fungi Stacks and Monster Train, where at a certain threshold it would get like more ornate. Like I think that could be cool. It doesn't need to, but it would be a nice touch. Anyways, we finally got a win for the night. It took us a while. Ooh, boy. But there we go. It was, you know, a bit of a clumsy run. But we got there. Woo. It's almost like the Ascensions get harder. Yeah, I don't feel like the Ascension was the main issue for that. Less rest sites. Yeah, I'm not surprised that's a thing, I guess. It did feel like the rest sites were overly abundant. I kind of liked that, mind you, but that certainly is a jump in difficulty. Alright, have a nice night, Fury. Yeah, that'll take some getting used to. Alright, let's do defect, I guess. I do think it's kind of cute that the Ascension 2 modifier that says Ancients heal you less means that you start with less HP. But it is also, like, not clear in the text. Like, I understand the rationale. I do think for clarity they should just explicitly say you start damaged and heal less from each Ancient. Like, again, it's cute that it interacts this way for lore reasons, but it's just not very clear. I say it because I saw another couple topics recently of people being confused why they were starting with less HP, and it's like, you know, some people were being really unhelpfully just assholes about it. But I do think it's like pretty unclear to a lot of players why that's happening. It's definitely not obvious, especially because I'm pretty sure in Slay the Spire 1, they had those as separate Ascension modifiers. So it explicitly did say, like, you start damaged and then, like, you heal less after bosses. Spire 2 Ascensions feel like that up to the same as Spire 1 Ascensions, just more compact. Oh, for sure. That is how it has felt so far. And, like, Monster Train 2 did basically the same thing. I was expecting that to be likely the case with Spire 2, especially after seeing Monster Train do it. It makes sense since, you know, 20 Ascensions... Like, especially if they want to keep the Ascensions locked per character, which I feel like they're probably going to do, even though they really goddamn shouldn't. Like, grinding 20 Ascensions per character was fucking miserable. Doing 10 Ascensions per character, also miserable, but at least it's only 50 runs instead of 100. Compared to Monster Train 2, where the Covenants weren't just streamlined, but taken a very different direction, like House-Fight Embers and Elite Enemies, and the removed Respite Wave. I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's fair. I mean, for the most part, what Monster Train did, or Monster Train 2 did with the Covenants, is that they got rid of all the, like, repeat ones. Not redundant, but repeat. Because, like, in Monster Train 1, a lot of the Covenants were, like, enemies get extra health and attack, and then there would be another one 10 ranks later that was enemies get more health and attack. Because it was broken up into, like, 3 different, like, Covenant groups. There's, like, Low Covenant, which was 0 to 10. Medium Covenant, which was 11 to 20. And then High Covenant, which was, you know, 21 to 25. How you doing, Dragon House? Is that a Spice and Wolf emote, or am I just crazy? Yeah, no, it's definitely not. It just reminds you of Spice and Wolf, and I like Spice and Wolf. Pretty sure Monster Train 1 Covenant 25 is just trying to top Spire. I don't. Like, that's not the point of it being 25 Covenants Monster Train 1. I'm pretty sure what they were trying to do was just make it a much more gradual, approachable climb for people. Like, there's a lot of people I know who didn't do Ascensions at all in, like, Slay the Spire, or only did, like, 2 or 3. But just, you know, didn't like the idea of doing the Ascensions or didn't find it approachable. But when playing Monster Train, they had a lot of fun doing the Ascensions. They did all of the Covenants. Yeah. Thought I heard Spider-Wolf and was concerned. No. I don't even know who Spider-Wolf is, unless you're just talking about wolf spiders in general. Swap to mobile mode. Did you win the last round? We did. It was a clumsy deck, but we got there. It was fine. We had a big chunky blade and murdered them goodly. Back then, it was one of the first deck building roguelikes, and there weren't everyone adding Ascension systems to show how tedious they can be to grind out. I'm not sure if you're talking about Slay the Spire or Monster Train, but yeah, fair. Either way, I'm really glad that Monster Train 2 and Slay the Spire 2 both lowered the number of Ascensions. Um, and I appreciate that they're trying to make each ascension more impactful on the whole. And I do like a number of the Covenant modifiers in Monster Train 2. Like, particularly the addition of the chosen enemies, I think is a really good addition, since it does dramatically change how some of the waves in certain boss fights function, basically. Monster Train 2 Covenants are approachable for me. Monster Train 1, Slay the Spire 1, 2 seem daunting to me. That's fair. I feel like Slay the Spire 2's Ascensions are probably going to feel a lot more approachable once the game is further through early access. Because, like, there definitely are balance problems in it so far, which is fine. I say balance problems. I don't really see them as problems right now. I just see it as part of the process. Like, they've expected to be in early access for at least a year. I'm sure they're going to be be doing a lot of changes in that time. And, you know, I've seen some dissatisfaction with the current state of the game currently. And with people really bitching about the beta branch patch. But, like, it doesn't really bother me since it's all part of an expected process. Like, especially, so this patch on the beta branch is clearly meant to make infinites harder. Because currently they are, like, the most, like, dominant strategy, or not necessarily the most dominant strategy, but they are a relatively dominant strategy at Ascension 10, as far as I am aware. And so some people are, like, really losing their shit, being like, well, you've removed infinites and you're making Ascension 10 too impossible to complete consistently. It's like, okay, A, don't fully agree with that. B, even if that is the case, that's fine, because the next step is that by removing the infinites that are, like, you know, propping up win streaks at Ascension 10 right now, then they can get a much more accurate idea of how Ascension 10 is actually functioning, and then they can adjust from there. Like, it's expected that we're going to have an interstitial, like, hurdle where things feel worse after this patch, and then they can get it to a better point going forward. Like, that is expected, and I think is good for the game in the long run. Anyways, I went off on a massive tangent. We should actually, like, play the run, but balance problems now are a good thing. Balance problems after 1.0 are less good or even bad. Yeah, for sure. Again, the point is, like, ideally the game would just be perfectly balanced right from the beginning. It's not a reasonable expectation, though. And early access is the right time for them to try out larger swings and to do things that are going to shake up the game in ways that get it closer to their vision, and then they can, like, hone in from there. Started the lead combats, draw 2 additional cards. First 3 card rewards here upgraded. Yeah, take Silver Crucible. Still don't love this boss. I haven't fought it many times, but I don't like the idea of this boss. Infinite builds are fun. Sometimes infinite builds should not be mandatory. Yeah, I don't particularly like running infinites that much in general. I just find them very tedious to do. At least in a digital game like this. In something like Magic, it doesn't feel so bad for the most part, because as long as it is a deterministic infinite, like you have a definite loop that you can repeat, like you can just say essentially, like, you know, I perform this action X number of times. Like, once you get to the infinite, you win the game. That's it. Whereas in, like, Slay the Spire, Monster Train, whatever, you have to just play out all the cards constantly. And like, some of the infinites are so painfully slow where you're doing, like, 4 damage a loop, and it hurts. It hurts to do. Anyways, it just gets really tedious. I think they're cute to exist, but infinite builds should not be like prevalent. They shouldn't be common. They should be hard to do. Otherwise, like, it's just bad for the balance of the game, and it's bad for players to have to do that. It's bad when infinites are regularly the correct way to play the game. I saw people say infinite should be baseline, and I'm like, what the fuck are these people thinking? Yeah, I have seen some people similarly say those things, which is why I'm ranting about that right now. Because, like, I pretty strongly disagree with that. And I get where some of those people are coming from, where... especially some of those people are watching some very particular streamers who have been playing infinites regularly, so they are seeing that, like, that is the way that streamer is succeeding at Ascension 10. And so they're saying that, like, by removing the infinites, there's no longer a good way to win the game. Also, a lot of those people care very strongly about, like, win percentages, and so they like having somewhat common ways to get a guaranteed win, essentially. I'm overgeneralizing here, obviously, but that's because there's a lot of different people and a lot of different things being said. I largely just disagree with that. I don't think infinites are good for the game. I think making them much harder to assemble is just much better for the game on the whole. Whatever, we'll go this way. Describe and win, not executed to win. If you're talking about Magic, like I was talking about, generally how that works is that you prove that it's a deterministic loop, as in that you can do it any number of times, and then you can just say, I repeat this action a million times. Here's what the end result will look like. I do think we just want to do the damage and take a little bit of damage. Here we are. Just woke up. Hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing okay. It was a tiring day, though I did accomplish some things, and I spent a lot more money than I wanted to, but it was necessary. Okay, let's just kill you, and then we'll get 6 damage from the orbs on there, which puts him in range, so that we can maybe kill him. This is fine, because we do have enough damage to kill. I don't. The sort of auto-win binary makes the game just boring. There's no excitement when you add things that cool, but maybe worse for your deck and vice versa. Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel, is that I really don't... I like having some tension in fights and in runs. I like execution mattering to some degree. And if you do have an infinite, I want it to end the battle immediately. I don't want to have to sit there and, like, execute something for 30 minutes for a guaranteed win when it's very tedious to do so. Oh, hey, Farrell. Yeah, I am looking at it, and it is pretty nice. Also find infinite health for a game, if and only if they are hard to assemble. Yeah, like, I'm not saying there should be no infinites. I think it's cute to have infinites. Like, it can be fun, it can be exciting to do once in a while. But it should not be something where you can reliably, like, force something. Like, Monster Train had this problem as well for a while, and still kind of does. And unfortunately, it does lead to a lot of cards having to be made less exciting than they could be. Like, for instance, in Monster Train 2, that is one of the reasons that Return Soul, the Wormkin card that brings back a card from the discard pile and adds Consume to it, like, that's one of the reasons that no longer does a minus cost. It's just too easy for it to go infinite. Also, the reason that it is distinct and can't target itself, even though it could in Monster Train 1. And partly that's down to the changes made to remove Consume, where now you can't apply Consume, whatever. Point is, yes, I do think infinites are good to be rare in the game, even if that unfortunately has consequences. Pretty sure we're taking Pharaoh here. It just seems like a good thing to take now. Hologram also cute. And I do... So, I kind of want to take Darkness, honestly, because we haven't done a Darkness deck yet. I think Feral's on the whole probably safer, because there's a number of, like, decent zero attack cards, even if we're not using, like, Claw. But I do like the idea of Darkness. Dark is good for the boss. Yeah. It is. You know what? Just do some things differently. It's like Darkness. Well, not exactly what I wanted, but this is fine, I guess. Well, now I need to evoke orbs. I mean, I don't really need to. I can kind of just kill him other ways, but it would be nice. Yeah, I mean, he's basically just dead. Yes, he has blocked this turn. So what? Oh, I for some reason thought you were dead. Doesn't matter. There we go. Turbo! Yeah, I'll take the ball lightning, I guess. Especially because it helps me evoke orbs if I need to. So I could do 16 more that way. I think we'll just go for the block and let these chunk him down a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, like, the darkness doesn't really matter on this first floor all that much. But hey. Alright, he's super dead. Gain block, channel frost. That's probably worth it. Refract. Also vaguely interesting. I wish it told me how much damage the goddamn glass orbs do at base, because I always forget, and it just seems correct to have that info in the tooltip. Like, I don't appreciate it just saying deals damage to all enemies rather than saying how much damage it is. I think 4. I mean, like, that sounds correct. It mostly just really irks me that it doesn't say. Yesterday I got a deck with 3 Thunder, 2 Storm Plus, 2 Voltaic, no Shock. That the Queen didn't stand a chance. Yeah, that will do it. I mean, I do kind of like the Refract. It does cost a lot, though. I think I lean towards the Glacier. But, like, Refract does do a lot of damage, since it is 12 damage, or, excuse me, 24 damage, plus it's going to do probably 8 or something from the glass, plus it is also essentially evoking twice, all of which is not bad. I still think we're going to do the Glacier, though. I was really hoping it was gonna hit him twice. Upgrade Glacier better than upgrade Refract. I mean, the upgrade Glacier seems pretty solid, so. Well, we're taking some damage, but oh well. Can't say I loved that turn of events, but here we are. Okay, we have just enough block. It actually worked out okay. How you doing, Misty? Ta-da! Right, we'll take the hologram. The others are cute too, but this is the life we live. We'll fight in Elite, see how it goes. Yep, that's the one I didn't want to fight, but that's life. Alright, let's hit you because you have the least HP. And because reasons, so we're gonna pop this now. Sal, I did science! What does that mean, Misty? Alright, fine, we'll just take the damage. I need to get them... I need to be killing these guys, because they get out of control. I mean, they're already out of control, but, like, they're gonna get worse, and so I need to focus on killing them rather than just trying to mitigate damage. You can take siege and challenges and still raise Ascension. Nice. Yeah, the hologram is less helpful for me here. It's unfortunately not what I want to draw it. That's the lowest health one. That is the problem with Dark Orbs. Like, it's nice sometimes for them to murder an enemy for me, but in this instance, with my orb getting up to high damage, I would really prefer to kill a high health enemy. But Siege don't include the challenges. You have to add them separately. You have to choose the character in the Sentinel. That's really weird to me. I fully would have expected it to do... I mean, whatever, fine. Makes sense, I guess. I can see why they would do it that way, even though it seems bizarre to me. Because that way you can, like, play the same scene with multiple characters, but the point of seed sharing to me is... Okay, we're gonna do this, which puts that in front, then we do the dual cast, and they're just fucking dead. Anyways, the point of, like, seed sharing to me is for everyone to have the same experience, like, the same playing field, and so it's weird to me that you can change characters and all of that, in Ascension level as well. Like, that feels like defeats a lot of the purpose. Like, it's kind of cute that, like, if you want to, like, race your friend on the same seed, each person can play their own, like, preferred character or whatever. But, like, again, it feels like it defeats the purpose. I remember back in Spire 1, people found seeds that were Pandora's boss swap into 8 of the same card. And they worked on multiple characters, giving different cards. Interesting. What does this do? Whenever you rest, procure potion. Yeah, that's fine. I do like the picture for this one. We probably take Consuming Shadow. It's a little weird because it doesn't let us build up Dark Orbs as much. But on the other hand, it's still probably worth it doing. Yes, the purpose of Seed is to have the same challenge, same possible RNG, and see how everyone does it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sure, we'll do Consuming Shadow. Well, we're probably going this route. I am curious, like, how rare the rest spots are going to be on that Ascension modifier. They do seem pretty common right now. Again, I kind of like it this way, but whatever. Partly, so, like, I don't mind it as far as, like, having less chances to heal, even though I do heal a lot currently. What bothers me about having less rest points is just that, like, upgrades are already fairly rare in this game, and it irks me a little bit to have fewer chances to upgrade cards. Like, the upgrades are already not that exciting. I do enjoy Slay the Spire. I just really wish it was a game that leaned more into giving you more control over, like, refining your deck. Like, I really enjoy that in Monster Train and Vault of the Void and even, like, Wild Frost and other things like that. I like being able to change my deck and tailor my deck and make my deck cooler over time. They could have done something like heal less at rest sites if aiming for less healing, but same upgrade density. Yeah, but I mean, like, who knows? Maybe they did want less upgrade density. Isn't that what the enchants are for? Kind of, but the problem is that, like, enchants are also pretty rare. Like, if it were the case that, like, every time you go into a shop, there's, like, 1 or 2 enchants available guaranteed, and for, like, a low-ish price, like, that would make more sense to me, but that's not the case. Like, there's a couple artifacts that add enchants to your cards, but those are still pretty expensive, and they're not guaranteed to show up. I mean, I've played other deck builders that had something like that, where they had, like, a guaranteed card enchant at the shop. It was random which one, but, like, there was always going to be one there, in addition to, like, cards and artifacts for sale. Enchants seem to mostly be from events in this, and the occasional relic. Yeah, like, they're mostly from events, and even then, they're still pretty rare. Like, there's a number of events that give them, but there's plenty that don't. And so, like, yeah, it's nice for the enchants to be in the game, and I think it is good for the game, but I don't, like, it doesn't make up the difference. It doesn't bring it to parity with something like Monster Train or Vault of the Void or whatever. Like, again, for instance, consider Vaults of the Void. What their version of enchants are the stones you can slot into cards. And you get stones by dealing damage to enemies. And so the more fights you fight, the more stones you're going to get. And, like, you can see which ones you're going to get, like, the order you're going to get on that run. And so, like, you're guaranteed to get them. You might not get the ones that you want, you might not get them at the time that you want, you can still only have 1 per card, yada, yada, yada. But, like, you are guaranteed to get them. And, like, it's like inspired to something like that where you are guaranteed to get enchants, like, as you beat elites, or as you rest, or as you, like, visit shops or whatever, like, that would feel better, I guess, but, like, they are still pretty rare in the game, is essentially what I'm trying to say. Anyways, we're just taking the gold, I guess. Oh boy, look at those slugs. Okay. Well, we kill him. And so then it stuns the others. I'll just get back the darkness, I guess. I didn't actually mean to do it that way. Yeah, I do have regrets. This is fine, but it's not what I meant to do. I just, like, I had a whole game plan, and then I still just fucked it up. Don't know why I changed my mind at the last moment. Doesn't matter. We're still going to win. Especially because, like, that eats that, and so I can just end the turn. It will evoke the Dark Orb. We win. Everything's fine. Admittedly, I shouldn't have done that, because now the Dark Orb it's going to play is the weaker one. Doesn't matter. It's fine. I understand what you're saying, but Slay the Spire style, I feel, forces you to try more variety of decks while still getting the chance to customize familiar cards and new fun variants. I don't agree with the sentiment that it forces you to try more variety of decks. I feel like, especially in regard to not knowing which bosses you're going to fight in the long run, what it does is it pushes you much more towards taking the same sorts of cards commonly. And also, because it is patterned where it wants you to be taking cards just to survive, even if they become obsolete later. And, like, not that it's the only game that does that, but that does feel pretty common at higher ascensions in Slay the Spire. And so I feel like Slay the Spire more commonly pushes you towards taking the same cards frequently, rather than having more freedom to run more unique decks. What are you doing, Cat? She's literally trying to crawl underneath my monitor. Decided, no, she doesn't like that. It's too close. I think it's because somebody moved one of the speakers behind my monitor, and she's not comfortable going that route. Okay, whatever. She'll figure it out. Before the end, Tumancer handed me my bum. I actually had a 12-card deck with enchanted strikes and defense cards that I would never have thought would have been as fun as they were. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not disagreeing with that being fun or anything. Like, I love deck variety, but I don't really agree that Slay the Spire is the best at deck variety. So that chest is going to be empty. We definitely want to heal on one of these and probably just upgrade on the other. We probably want to do the dual cast, maybe the hologram. Consuming Shadow is also good. I probably don't need to do the dual cast. I'll just do the Consuming Shadow. Seen some surprisingly good strikes sometimes, like a 12x2 strike that's basically Spire Once Glass Knife without the downscaling. Yeah. Hello, Ashiaka. Thanks for the raid. How you doing? Beetlejuice. Okay. But yeah, anyways, I do appreciate that the enchants are in the game, but I definitely feel like they can do more to make them more prevalent and more meaningful. You know what? We're just going to use the Beetlejuice right now. I forgot that it shrinks them. Anyways, here we are. Fine, I'll do this, even though probably don't need to. Unfortunately, we're just right before he would get stunned, which is it's fine, I guess, because now we just stun him on this turn. We didn't take that much damage. And if we can just force out the Dark Orb. Yeah, which we definitely can. There we go. Aerobic Acid. At a random attack, skill, and power into hand. Free to play this turn. Okay. Blood Vial is fine. Yeah, I do think we want to take Iteration. Even if we're not adding garbage to our deck, there's just enough enemies that do. That's probably worth it. Okay, I am gonna upgrade the hologram. Okay, we have enough block. I will play the Iteration, especially because this guy does give us wounds. It might be just a placeholder. I don't know, but it is weird to me that this is the same icon as Artifact does. Or at least it's very similar. Okay. I wish it were in the opposite order. Well, no, it makes sense to be in this order. Anyways, now it's gonna use one of the Dark Orbs and he dies. Look, let's go. I don't think we really need the Strength Potion. I think I still want it more than the attack potion, though. I will take leap. That's fine. We're gonna go here. Yep, I'll take a darkness. Dramatic entrance is something. I kind of wish I could take Horn Cleat, but no. Permafrost is maybe okay. I find it pretty underwhelming, but like block is block. I don't hate that. I do think we probably just want to get rid of a strike though. And so I guess that's what we're doing. The focus strike is okay, but I don't think it's really necessary since most of what we're doing is dark orbs. Upgrading that is pretty solid. All right. That seemed reasonably good for us. It's nice that the Dark Orb scales one more time before being evoked. Yes, strongly agree with that. Okay, I guess we block. I could evoke the Dark Orb. It's not actually going to solve my problems, though. And we could just wait until we get the dual cast, and that definitely kills. I also dislike this boss. Just their end ability. I'd be much happier if you could attack their damage down at the end. Or if it went up slower. Yeah, it doesn't feel very engaging is the thing to me. Like, I'm just not that wild about it. Because, like, I don't feel like I ended the fight that slowly, and it's still doing 24 damage to me, which is a lot. Like, I'm fine in this instance, but again, for how fast I finished that fight, I feel like it should be less severe. Start of your turn. Gain 2 block for each unique orb you have. Not that helpful for me. I mean, I do generate different orbs, kind of, but mostly it's just not perfect for me. Especially since we're evoking an orb at the end of every turn as well. Yeah, we'll take Genetic Algorithm. Just, why not? Oh yeah, I've gone in, taken next to no damage, then gotten blown away by like a 46 plus damage hit. Yeah, it just feels like it scales too fast. And just doesn't have a ton of counterplay. I don't know. I just don't find it particularly interesting. You end your turn with unspent energy, gain additional 2 next turn. Don't love that. Card me duplicate at rest sites. Drawing 1 additional card is quite good. What would I want to dupe? Like, the darkness seems like a good option. You can clone Genetic Algorithm. Yeah, that's the other one. That's maybe worth doing. I think I maybe just want the extra draw, though. I don't think I need to dupe the darkness. I've seen clips of Clone doing things. Yeah. I mean, like, we had that run where we were duping the hang, which was really silly. I don't know why clone duplicates the card exponentially instead of adding one copy each time. I mean, I like that it does it exponentially, just because rest sites are relatively rare in this game, or at least they will be at higher Ascension. And there's so much tension between like upgrade points and healing and duping at that point. But it is, I agree, it's bizarre. Like, it's not how I read clone. Like, until I tried it the first time, I had no idea it was going to work that way. I thought that it would be like you select I'm going to clone, and then you selected the card you want to clone, i.e., like it works in Monster Train or such. But nope, that's not what it does. Will the clones increase at their own rate or at the same rate? If you're talking about genetic algorithm, they're each their own card. Roger and I was. Yeah. So, like, once I have made 2 genetic algorithms, they will scale separately. What is the 0-cost attack that makes all copies of it get stronger? Claw. Yeah, but the copy from the level which it was cloned. No, correct. Yeah, unless there is some bug currently, but yes, that is how it should work. Anyways, I do kind of want the genetic algorithm cloning. I think that's... Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. My deck is a little slow, and just having reliable block seems okay. I mean, going on one of the routes that has 4 rest sites seems pretty decent. Though I do need some fights to get it scaled up, and also I would like to upgrade the card before duping it. But like, that's pretty fine. I'd be missing like all the elites to do that. But so be it. Alright, let's go here. I'll figure it out. With the current, like, artifact pool, I don't think elites are nearly as exciting as I want them to be anyways. Okay. So we definitely want to do that. We're going to play this out because we want to make sure that it's getting stacked up this battle. Okay, so we're going to do this. I guess I'm gonna wait. I could do the dual cast, but it just stacks up much better this way. Yeah, point in case. There we are. I mean, I could have still done that regardless, but that's fine. I like Storm. Not gonna take it. Not gonna take Hotfix. It's fine. If I had taken the extra draw per turn, maybe it's just not what we care about right now. Alright, well, we are going to take some damage, but he is at least going to be stunned. That's okay. Alright, and it does kill him. Yeah, this should be okay, because I do that, and it evokes one of the orbs, and then end of turn, he both gets shot by the lightning, and it will evoke the orb, doing even more damage. Fine, I guess I'll keep these ones. I don't know. I don't know that I need capacitor. It is kind of cute though. I just don't know that I have enough things for capacitor. I'll still take it. I just don't know that it's going to work out the way that I want it to. I forget every time what this thing gives. It's the pollen thing. This. Every 4 turns, draw 2 additional cards. Yes. Goodbye, health. Done. Is the inserter still in the game? Great question. Don't know offhand. Alright, we're still taking some damage, unfortunately. But we're trying. Relic list says no. Fair enough. Well, I'd love to hologram back the darkness, but it's not actually going to work. I still will do this and just get the block. That's why it'd be nice to have dual cast costing 0. I think all the old boss relics are into the game unless they're that one Ancients pool, which doesn't include any of the character-specific boss relics. Yeah, the old boss relics are that Ancient's purview, but yes, I agree it doesn't seem like any of the character-specific ones are there. So many dazes. Again, this is why we have the iteration, though I didn't play the iteration, which is fine. Okay, we're gonna just kill you, so then the darknesses will hit you directly. There we go. Channel Frost, draw a card. It's fine, we're not gonna take it. We're just not gonna take any of those. Okay, so we do want to upgrade this. Okay. Oh boy, he's got thorns, and he looks so dangerous, so deadly. Well, we'll take a little less damage, I guess. Yes, the dual cast is in there. Unfortunately, it's just not gonna be enough. I'll just get the leap and just block a little bit more. We're still taking some damage, but we're close to not taking damage. I mean, he's dead. I just don't have to do anything. In fact, doing things made it worse. I don't know that Touch of Insanity is that helpful for me. Like, it's a little helpful in making, like, the Glacier easier to play, or, like, getting out the Consuming Shadow on a turn. I don't think that really matters. Yeah, we'll take the loop, I guess. It's maybe overkill, but so be it. Alright, clone number 1. 14 block per genetic algorithm seems good enough. Fine. Not what I wanted, but fine. I'll upgrade the loop, I guess. Secret weapon. Subroutine's kind of cute. Don't know that we really care. Love ornamental fan, but not here. Amethyst aubergine is not worth us picking up here. Apparently, in the beta patch, this can no longer occur at shops, which seems like a good change. Poor production about to be shot in the backyard. I don't remember they changed about it, but I'm not surprised if it changes something. Okay, we'll get rid of a strike. The zap also not that appealing, but so be it. I still wish we had thinner defect instead of chunky defect. He's fine as is, but I just liked his prior look better. Don't know if I want to fight that elite. Either way, we definitely want to go for the event. +1 energy exhaust stays. Gotcha. If I recall correctly, the side grade, the upgrade to 3 energy exhaust instead of 2 energy don't exhaust. Again, does not surprise me in the slightest. Wongo's featured item. 200 gold cloak clasp. 300 gold. No idea. I still have not come here with enough to see what this is. Let's take the common relic. I don't think I super care about cloak clasp. I mean, maybe I do. I feel like often I don't have that many cards in hand at end of turn, but maybe I do, especially now in a world where I have Pollinus Core. You know what? Fine, I'll take it. Block is more important to me than most other things. I have 80 Wongo points. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not stacking up. So do I want to do another event and an elite or 2 basic fights? Oh, it's per character. Yuck. Are you saying that the Wongo points do add up, but it's per character? If so, that's disgusting. In general, I just don't like things in a roguelike that persist between runs. Like, if you're going to make a roguelike, i.e. a game without meta progression, don't have events or other systems that make one run influence the next. Like, that's part of why the Niao choice in Slay the Spire 1 bothered me so much. Because, like, if you lost early, then you didn't get the Niao bonus on the next run. And that was really lame. That is quite the emote. Alright, we'll go for these. That is definitely overkill, but I still want to make sure I'm playing it out sometime during the fight. They changed that? You mean Slay the Spire 1? Because last time I played it, I was pretty sure it was still that way. But it has been quite a while since I last played Slay the Spire 1. But I do appreciate that it's not that way in Slay the Spire 2. God damn, fucking hate these guys. So if I trigger the darkness twice, you had to get to the Act 1 boss once to make Niao permanent. So what I mean partly, though, is that in Slay the Spire 1, you would get different Niao options if you beat Act 1. If you died in Act 1, you would get only the super basic Niao options. If you made it past Niao, then the next run, you would get more Niao options. And I don't feel like that should ever be the case. So if I do this... Oh, I can't even do what I wanted to do. What I was trying to do is, like, play the darkness, play the hologram, get the darkness back, play the darkness again, so I can get this orb up front and power it up, and then play the dual cast. But I haven't upgraded the dual cast, so it doesn't cost less yet. We'll just go ahead and do this. I'm unfortunately taking a chunk of damage. Yeah, I should have done more to kill you. I really could have done that better. Mistakes were made. There we go. Unfortunately, I took a lot of damage from that. Oh well, so be it. It was not a great matchup for us. Okay, I do have enough block for these guys, which also means he's stunned. Okay, so the orb is going to kill you for sure, because you're the lowest health one, and that's how darkness orbs work. So we'll just leave that to you. Hate that yellow bug. God, I forget that he gets 15. It's so much. So this is gonna do 18 if left alone. Which is not enough. Kill me in 3 turns, right? End your career. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't quite kill him. It's close. And unfortunately, playing the ball lightning there is just worse for me, which always feels bad. Regardless, we should be okay now. Not a perfect fight, but certainly better than the prior one. Tempest is cute. Not taking it. Don't need the others. I kind of want to upgrade, or not upgrade, heal. We're gonna take the clone, though, which is a bit greedy, but I just would really like to get more of those. Okay. Sure. Let me draw. Let me draw. Okay, not that impressive. Here we are. Greed is love, greed is life. Yeah. To be fair, there is an actual rationale to it here, which is that having more of the genetic algorithms, like, they're basically a get-out-of-jail-free card for me. Each one of them essentially, like, protects me for a turn. And so having more of them is real nice. Oh, Frantic Escape is status card? That it is. This was a known quantity. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to take a little bit of damage, but this seems correct regardless. Just for safety, we're going to do one of the Frantic Escapes right now. Really would love to just evoke all of my orbs, though. Okay, we're blocking enough already. Although I could have done maybe better things with hologram, but that's fine. Here we are. Eventually we're going to hit the dual cast, which is going to be real good for the Dark Orb. Again, I should probably make the dual cast cost 0. But there we go! Ta-da! Shuffle all cards into your draw pile. Draw 4. Whenever you create a status channel. Yeah, we'll take Echo Form. It's something. Then it's the Queen. We should be okay. Why, Vaku? Why? Broken one. Let me perfect you. Lose 9 max HP, add 3 apparitions, ethereal, intangible, exhaust. Serve each combat, add 1 of 5 random cards in your hand, add retain to the chosen cards. No? I think we just let him play my first turn. I think there's not too many ways that can go wrong. Apparitions kind of have the same role as these duplicating genetic algorithms. Yeah, for sure. Fine. It's for the most part okay. It can lead to some bad situations, but whatever. Yeah, I think we just want to go to the rest sites for the most part. I don't think our deck gets much better with other options. Well, here we are. Vaku wouldn't betray us too much. Yeah, we did take a lot of damage on that, but he will never let us down, never gonna give us up. It's true. He is the kind of gentle soul I can truly believe in. And I do want to play the genetic algorithm. I think we're probably not going to, though. Just because this fight isn't going to end that quickly. And so it might be nice to have a little bit more rolling around. And, like, I don't need to be playing every single one anymore since we have them all up to a pretty decent level of strength. Okay, so that's going to kill him. We're going to be taking 20 at this point unless we do something, so we'll get this back. Play that out. Sadly, the Echo Form goes away. Whatever, that's fine. Okay, and then our orb continues to get in spooky, scary, strong, and then he just gets blown up. I mean, I like the Focus Potion. You know what? I'll take it, I guess, instead of that. I think that's probably incorrect, but here we are. Don't really need the leap. Yeah, you're a bit concerning. Well, would have loved for him to have done the loop or the darkness instead, but it's okay. The Echo Form is at least good. Caw-caw! Architected voice sounds cool. Are you talking about the sculptor? Because the architect is the guy at the top of the tower, and I believe he doesn't have a voice yet. If you're talking about this guy, yes, I would agree. Yeah. Guy on top has no voice. Also, I forgot that was going to play twice. That's fine. It was still okay. That would have been kind of cute to do the other thing. Alright, he's dead. And we're doing okay overall. I kind of like the ball lightning, but we'll skip it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Glacier is fine. Can't afford most things here. We'll just get rid of another strike because it just mostly does not matter. Pick a fight, lose HP, obtain a random relic. Yeah. Last time we took the T. You jump onto the table and kick the Warlord Knight in the face. The Knight lets out a haunting shriek and keels over. Everyone gasps. The patrons stare wide-eyed at the corpse of one of their regulars, then burst into applause. We were wondering how to get rid of Sir Wygor. Incredible work! They dump out your poison tea, and you discuss tactics and secrets all night. A most excellent tea party. Yeah, that's a cute event. First hand you draw, each combat is upgraded. Oh, I mean, works with Vaku a little bit, I guess. Makes it a little less concerning. This is maybe overkill, but I really just want to make sure that we don't have a bad first turn, and this helps guarantee that. No. I mean, sort of fine, but no. Ooh, Mercury Hourglass. I care so much about it. Thing that prevents Vaku from ever wasting Aquaform. That is correct. I forgot that I get a potion with this. We're going to upgrade the dual cast before I forget. Since if it's in the first hand, it won't exhaust. Yes, correct. Well. Look at all that sexy block. Unfortunately, the darknesses get wasted, but whatever, fine. Okay, I'll just leave those, I guess. Because I don't know how quickly we're actually going to finish this fight. For the most part, we tend to be pretty good. But we're certainly not doing great against him. But it doesn't take that much for us to speed up. Although with the last lightning orbs, I do less damage per turn. Like, we still did more damage overall thanks to the power of evoking. Okay, so we're going to play that, so we don't have to take a ton of damage. We are going to do this. Because that seems generally helpful. And we still have enough block, and then he just dies to that anyways. There we go. Yeah, our Dark Orbs are doing some damage. No. Don't think I really want to clone. I'll just take the heal right now. Yeah, I'll skip on the dexterity potion. Did I upgrade the dual cast? I did. I don't really have enough gold to use that, so we're not going to. Well, we have enough block, so I guess we block enough. Defect joined the dark side. That's true. Okay. This has definitely been a dark side defect run. It's true. Okay, we're just gonna finally use this because that's a lot of damage to take if I don't use it. was kind of just saving that for other times, but, like, you know, potions exist to be used. Unfortunately, it doesn't, like, solve my problem. I think I still need more. I don't think I really need to do the Echo Form. It's not the end of the world if I take a little bit of damage. But yeah, it's a lot of extra damage coming through. The problem is that I still am a long ways from getting the kill. And so, like, I kind of lean towards doing the Echo Form so that I can, like, double up on Consuming Shadow. Fine, I'll take a chunk of damage. Oh, and I forgot that I get a little bit of extra block from the Cloak Clasp. Okay, so I still do lose some max HP and I take a little bit of damage. It wasn't as bad as it looked, though. And yes, I could have, like, evoked something with a ball of lightning, but I didn't need to, and I figured I would just get the genetic algorithms a little stronger first. Okay, so we have the victory, so let's just power these up. Block potions, fine. It's a very similar identity. I think I'm pretty okay with losing Zap. Yeah, that's fine. It has its uses, but it doesn't matter that much to me. So we have 8 genetic algorithms. I might dupe them. I was going to heal originally, but I think just duping is honestly pretty decent for me. It's a little awkward, especially because Vaku is probably just going to waste, like, a chunk of them on the first turn, but fine. He only used 2. Okay, no reason not to drink the Focus Potion right now. He made a good triangle of genetic algorithms in my deck. It is indeed. It has a lot of genetic algorithms. It's true. But they help out a fair bit. Unfortunately, I will have to kill her minion because of how Dark Orbs work, but whatever. I was hoping to get the Echo Form by now, but so be it. Well, maybe eventually I'll draw into what I want. Okay, well, here we are. I was hoping to have the dual cast before this activated, but fine. He's dead. Feels like a bit of a waste, but hey. Well, the deck now has 16 genetic algorithms. It makes sense it's taking a while to draw anything else. I mean, I'm aware. Doesn't make me happy, regardless. How many cards does the deck have discovered by face cam? 33. Well, I can block enough of the weak one there. Also, we get more block for evoking that, I guess. I guess I maybe didn't want to put a Frost Orb there, but that's okay. I do keep forgetting that we have Echo Form up now. Unfortunately, I can't use the hologram. 33.5 of that is genetic algorithm. Yeah, I mean, I knew what I was doing. It's generally worked out for us quite well. Well, let's just block more than enough and let her do her thing. Unfortunately, I'm having a harder time getting the Dark Orbs to stack up. I mean, we've still done good damage to her. It's just, I would really appreciate being able to get more Dark Orbs sticking around. But I mean, like, using a single Darkness in a turn, you know, does a lot of damage to her. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that I didn't need to block that turn. I just am so used to playing the genetic algorithms when they pop up. I am running out of genetic algorithms because this is such a slow process, but hey. Like, that might be the death of me at some point. Oof. Well, I'm not actually that short on the genetic algorithms. God, okay, so we're gonna get 16 more block. Yeah, we'll just do this and grab the leaf so we don't have to use up the genetic algorithms, just in case. Oh, God, why does it have to put the darknesses together like this? Just so annoying. Like, I recognize that our deck is being skewed by the genetic algorithms, but, like, we've had some really bad draw order, and it's just frustrating. Okay, just give me the goddamn darknesses back, please. Is not that big an ask. Could have used the block potion. Didn't really pay attention to how much damage she was doing. Not gonna do the ball lightning because we're actually stronger just letting the dark orbs evoke. Like, she is dead. Just have to wait for it. I waited so many turns after she gave me all of her garbage. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Like, she's already dead. We'll just play that for the sake of it. Our many, many genetic algorithms and their varying block quantities. Anyways, we're not playing the Glacier because we want this orb to evoke finally. Okay, that was a dumb fight, but we were fine. We're fine. Oh. Ta-da! Okay, well, that was a run. I am glad that we got the clone on the genetic algorithm. Certainly worked out. Salad Monster Train takes no matter. Salad Slay the Spire. Half deck is genetic algorithms. To be fair, I say that tanks aren't important in Monster Train because of very similar things, i.e. that you're getting your defense via spells, not from the innate power of, like, tanky units. We're fine. We still have some more genetic algorithm just in case. Yeah, we did still end with, like, 5 or 7 of them in the deck. And especially with Echo Form, like, I could generate, even with her frailing me and being vulnerable, I could still block like, 70 to 100 per turn if I needed. Anyways, we're stopping there for the night because it's late. That's how it works. We're having a good time, though. We're having a fun time with Slay the Spire, too. But it's late. I gotta go. We'll be playing more Slay the Spire tomorrow. Probably Monster Train on Wednesday, Thursday, I think is the plan. Yeah, anyways. That's the general idea for now. Regardless, thanks for hanging out. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.